Okay, yeah, I'll I think I did see your message this week that said we're going to have to renegotiate a price for the job I want done. That's not a problem, but as I said, I can't really discuss it now. If you want to make a suggestion, I'm happy with that. I need time to think about it. Okay, we are here. Why am I fertilizing this field? Well, who knows? And I should do this. One headland, two headlands. Yeah, that's good. Where am I? I'm somewhere. That was, hang on. That wasn't steering assist. Let's go steering assist. Two headlands. Dude, two headlands. It doesn't like two. Okay. One headland. That's what he said. Okay, one headland. Show lines. Yeah, okay, fine. We'll do it that way. We'll do it your way. And yeah, and line that up. And get started. No, I'm not upset about something. As I said, I'm streaming at the moment. When I'm streaming, I do not take out time to discuss things on Discord because it distracts from the stream. And once I'm done here, I really, really have to go immediately. So, yeah, it's a rare thing. We're going out this afternoon, and so I just have to leave as soon as I'm done here, or at least get ready to go and leave. So that's I'm not trying to be short. I'm just sort of. Yeah, it is what it is. I have, it's what's planned for today, so I do not have time to stop and talk to anybody after I finish streaming. But normally every other week I'm fine. It's this week, it's been, it's a bit of a stress day today. But it's self-inflicted, so that's fine. No, that's not a thing. It's literally as soon as I am done here, I am in rapid movement. I've got to get things done and get out of here. So. That's all we're doing today. Now, if you want to leave a message on Discord, I will check it when I get home tonight. But you'll probably be sleeping by then, so any response, you'll just have to check in on. How are we doing? I think, I don't know if this is going to work out for us or not. I really don't know why I'm fertilizing this field since there's nothing growing in it. I guess I can understand why the lease equipment would have been a solid fertilizer spreader, because that's normally what you'd use a solid fertilizer on early, pre-plant or at planting. You'd use a liquid fertilizer once you can see a crop. So spraying a field that has nothing growing, it's probably not a thing you would normally consider. Spraying herbicide on a bunch of weeds, that would be a thing you would consider. Already 14% done. And I know we didn't have a full tank when we started, so turn the sprayer on, don't lower it. That's the way to do it. And there's the train. Hi, train. Okay, let's this one. Oh, there's all of that bit of the field too that I completely missed. Okay, that's going to be interesting. I suppose what I can do is if I start there, I can do that headland down to there and then do the rest of the field and then finish off the headland. I guess that'll work. 20 past 10 already. Although actually I'm going to be way over there when I finish this. So we'll see how we work out. Ah. Yeah, that can be a bit of a stress. Ah, what happened? There we go. Oh. So, yes. University, not something I did much of. I went for the first year, I picked the wrong courses and dropped out, and I've still done well. That's the thing. Some jobs you need higher education for. Some jobs you really don't. Back when I was college age, most people didn't go to college in the UK. It was a thing you did if what you wanted to do was needed higher education. So you want to be a rocket scientist, go to college. And the government would usually pay for pretty much a lot of it. And the reason for, or the justification for that was rocket scientists are beneficial to society. So having having more rocket scientists is a good thing. Now, the other option was a sort of a technical college where if you wanted to be a plumber or an electrician or something like that, you would go to technical college and get qualifications there because nobody does apprenticeships anymore. or even back then, nobody did apprenticeships anymore. And you got your plumbing qualification and you went out and became a plumber. And those were the only people who really went to college. Nobody said, oh, everybody deserves a college education. That wasn't a thing when I was college age. It was people who want to do seriously technical stuff should go to college. You wanted to be a teacher, you had to go to college because you had to be able to explain to students what things were. But most jobs, you didn't have to have college. Now, modern day America, it's like everybody deserves to go to college. Why? Is it going to give you better job prospects? And considering some of the college courses, I mean, one of the guys I went to college with did history, and there are not many jobs that require you to be a specialist in medieval art, specializing in Irish gravestones. That doesn't get you an amazing job. It gets you do it because you're interested in it. But obviously at the time the British government thought this research has merit, you should do that. But it's like I said, I have no higher education at all. The nearest I got was computer literacy. I've learnt computer languages. I've learnt COBOL, I've learnt Fortran, I did BASIC, I did Pascal, and I have used absolutely none of those languages as a professional computer programmer. And I got my first job not because I knew programming languages applicable to the job. I used it was basically, you seem to have an aptitude to be able to learn new computer languages, so that's kind of handy. But you worked in a shop and you were quite senior in the shop and ordered stuff from the warehouse. That's the expertise we want for our computer programmers. So I was an assistant manager in a game store, and that's what got me the job. And a couple of guys I worked with, they had worked in stores and they had an aptitude for learning computer languages, and that was fine. That's how I got my first job. I didn't have a degree, I didn't have any serious computer qualifications. All I had was experience in a retail outlet and the ability to learn, or the demonstrated ability to learn, computer languages. And so there are avenues that don't require further education. So I generally say, I would generally recommend, if you can get the job you want without going into debt by $40,000 or whatever, take it, because that $40,000 is going to be a millstone around your neck for the next 40 years, potentially. I mean, some people are, at least from my perspective, which is a little aged, people are leaving college with more debt than people who go out and buy a house at 19 and get married and do a skill job that doesn't involve a degree. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong button. But it's people's choice. if you want to be a social worker, you have to get social working degrees. The problem is you don't get paid very well as a social worker, so I'm not going to say it's bad to be a social worker. I'm just saying I'm not impressed with the I'm the wrong person to ask. It's like I stream because I enjoy it, and I'm relaxing now, and I enjoy playing Farming Simulator, so that's why I stream. But really, I don't have that many viewers. I'm not a salesman, so it's not like I know how to make more viewers. Come on, concentrate. There we go. But I do this for fun. I'm not doing this because it's my living. No. Yes. No. Turn that on. How do you sell stuff? You need to get your name out there. You need to advertise. People need to be aware of you, or you need to go around and knock on people's doors. We had a very nice man come round this week. He worked for a solar company, and now I've had experience in the past where we've had 3 or 4 power companies that would supply our location with with power. So you could, if you wanted green energy, there was a power company that, all of their power was, come on, dude, quit it. There was basically a power company that all their power was wind power and solar power, and they cost more than the others. But if you were that conscientious about where you get your electricity from, you could have them service you with the power. Other companies, like I said, there were 3 or 4 companies. You could go to any one of them and say, I want to buy my power from you. Kind of like trash companies. There's about 4 trash companies here. You can... Oh man, this is annoying. You can basically contract with any of the power companies to take your trash away. Doesn't matter. So what this company does is they will sell you power, but the power comes from solar panels on your roof. So you are not out of pocket for solar for the install of the solar panels. The solar panels belong to them, but you pay them for the electricity it produces. Interesting idea. And I might have gone for it. Unfortunately, I am completely unscorable when it comes to credit reports. I have not had debt in... I want to say about 12 years. So no car loans, no mortgages, no nothing. We have been completely without debt, which means that the credit reporting agencies can't score us. How reliable are we at paying off debt? We're not, because we don't have any. And they always say, you should take out credit cards or whatever. You don't need a credit card. Credit cards get you in trouble if you're not careful. So it's just easier not to have one. And even if we had one, we'd never use it, so we'd still be unscorable. It's like, you have $10,000 available on your credit card. You never use it. So it never needs to... we don't know how... what's the word for it? How reliable you would be paying off your debt. And unfortunately, to get in on this solar program, you need a credit score. Like I said, we don't have one. So that's not happening. But he was a nice guy, and he had me sold, except we explained to him the situation. He's like, oh, well, I'll run a credit check and see what comes up. He's like, oh, yeah, nothing comes up. It's not even zero, it's unscorable. So at that point, it's like, yep, kind of figured that. But thanks for trying. So he left us his card, he went. He said you could try and contact the company that's doing the solar panels and just say, look, I've got here a couple who are completely unscorable. Is there any other way of getting them on the program? So he's going to try that on Monday, but I don't hold any hope. But he's certainly someone who knows how to sell things, but he makes himself available. And of all the people that have come round and knocked on our door, he was the nicest. A lot of them are very pushy. I had one the other week as sort of, oh, do you need new windows? No, the windows in this house are already new. They're probably about, how long have we lived here? We've lived here they're probably about 10 years old, but we don't need new windows. Yeah. Oh, how about a roof? No, we had a new roof last year. Oh, how about gutters? No, we had those last month. He's like, well, did they do it properly? It's like, seriously, dude. You're not going to sell anything here because we don't need new windows, we don't need new gutters, and we don't need new roof. All of that has been done in the last 10 years, and they are fine. He was so pushy. So the trick is, don't be pushy, but also figure out a way to advertise yourself. Now, unfortunately, I'm not the greatest advertiser because I don't have that many followers on YouTube or people watching on Twitch. But as I suggested, if you can get an information panel that has, this channel uses a sample of my work, and you can contact me at such and such a location, then you can, people will see that and may be interested. I was looking for someone who does that. Now, like I said, not a thing on my channel, but if you do that and, make it stand out, probably make it different colors to my channel. So don't make it green and yellow, make it different colors so it stands out. It contrasts what all of my stuff looks like. But then from there, people will be able to contact you because there's a contact address. And if you can get, if you get another client, then you can offer them the same panel to put on their Twitch and YouTube channels and whatever other channels they have, which will put more eyeballs in front of your ad. And so you're slowly expanding your clientele, and you have to do the work once. And you're going to do the work for free once because it's benefiting you. So you need to put your name out there. Now, for people back in the day, it used to be getting in the car, driving off to a town with a bunch of vacuum cleaners in the trunk and going and knocking on doors and trying to sell vacuum cleaners to people. You have to put in the time before you get the money. That's really always been the case with selling. People have to find you, they have to know where you are. And if they find you, then, if they're interested, they will contact you. But, You have to be there. Don't be obnoxious, don't be pushy, that puts people off. But do make suggestions on, where we're going, what we're doing. Explain. You're a nice enough person, people will, if you take the time to explain to them, this is what I can do, this is the sort of prices I charge, then they will make that decision. Now, if you come up with prices, then there's a negotiation. It's like going to buy a car. It's like, okay, the price of this car is $32,000. Well, how's about I pay you $31,000